Good morning, everyone. This morning we are going to elaborate second part of the economic subject we discussed a couple of days back. The title was Standard of Living. Today we are going to go to the second part, means cost of living. Standard of living and the cost of living, they both are like flip side of the same coin. Two sides of the coin. One side is standard of living, second side is cost of living. Our poverty or prosperity, both actually hinge upon, both depend upon cost of living or standard of living. If the government has actually tried every single thing to keep the prices of every single thing low, like America, you can have a loaf of bread for $1 or $2. You can have one whole gallon of petrol for $4. Gallon means around 4 liters for $4. You can have one gold coin, Krugerrand or Eagle, for about $1,600. Over here, the same thing is about 1.5 lakh rupees. Over there you can buy a shirt for about $6 to $7. Here we have to buy this shirt for 450 rupees. So when government actually keeps the prices low, standard of living goes up. And if it does other way around, like Indian government has been doing, keep the prices of goods and services very high, we cannot afford anything. You go to the barber and get the hair trim and shave both for no more than $5 or maximum $10. $10 will be the maximum amount of money. Over here, if you go for the same thing, you cannot spend less than 250 rupees. So what actually happens is that over there you save more, over here you spend more. Over there, your standard of living can go up. When you save, you can afford lots of other posh goods like conspicuous consumption. Over here, you can never indulge in conspicuous consumption, but only the worry you have is your 2 meals, bread and butter. That's all. We work for bread and butter over here. In the Western countries, they work for luxury of life. They have better home, couple of homes, they have better car, couple of cars, their children get better education, they get better health care, and they have every single thing hunky-dory. Standard of living can create utopian society. Cost of living can precipitate dystopian society. So if you want to live in a utopian society like the American or Canadian or European society, then you must have higher standard of living. And if you want to live in India and Pakistan, Bangladesh, then you must have dystopian society, that is cost of living will be very high. We have 4 points to elaborate. Point number 1 is living expenses, either mitigated or elevated. If living expenses are mitigated, you will have some more money left in your pocket to buy luxuries. And if contrary to mitigation, if your expenses are elevated, the price of every single thing in India is elevated. That is why we don't have any saving, even to repair our home, even to get the private medical care, even to have two-wheeler or car. Luxury is something that we cannot even dream. We cannot afford even to dream luxury rather than having it. Point number 4, prices of goods and services, essential for our subsistence. How we subsist, how we live, how we survive. Survive like a human or survive like a dog. It all depends upon the price of every single good and service. If government or the businessmen are taking away every single thing we have by charging us 100% profit or 200% profit, then we are not going to have anything. Every single thing that we earn will siphon off into the kitty of the government or Anil Ambani, Mukesh Ambani, Tata, Birla, Bajaj, all those people. Look, before pandemic, the car I bought was 12 lakh rupees. After pandemic, the same car was being sold for less than 10 lakh. What does it prove? That they make more than 2 lakh rupees per car. Now 2 lakh rupees of 12 lakh rupees comes to around 17% profit. Plus government takes away around 16, it took away 16,000 rupees roll tax. So you see the tax, profit, loot, and loot. They don't leave you anything for yourself. They leave you only misery for you, only grievances for you, only hunger and starvation for you, only naked body for you, only worries for you, only anxieties for you, only maladies for you, dread and disease for you. They take away everything. That is why look in India. Masses are actually getting poorer, but businessmen everywhere getting richer and super rich and richest every day. Point number 3, minimization of standard of living. Cost of living can minimize our standard of living. Say for example, the family of 4. Father was making about 20,000 rupees, they were eating only 5,000-6,000 and 15,000 were saving. So they were actually enjoying some luxury. They were taking vacation, they were taking better health care, better education, better clothes, better home, better car. Then the standard of living, the cost of living goes up. Now father makes 20 and the 10,000 is going. Now father is making 20 and 15,000 is going. What father is going to do? Father is going to cut down on everything. Cut down on food, cut down on healthcare, cut down on education, cut down on spending on maintenance of home, cut down on luxuries, cut down on car and the traveling. Now, standard of living comes down again. Why the cost of living has gone up? Now father makes 20,000, expenses are 20,000, no saving. When there is no saving, father will be worried about children's education, children's marriage, his own health, his wife's health, because they are growing old. Children are growing very young. They are actually becoming youth. They need some money, more clothes, more fashion, getting ready for getting married. Now father is really worried how he is going to make 2 ends meet. So this is what cost of living does. Now father makes 20,000 and the cost of living goes up yet. So now father would need 25,000 to maintain the standard of living. But father does not have 25,000, only 20,000. The father is going to cut down in every single thing even more. Previously, there were 6-course meal. Then it was 4-course meal. Now it is 2-course meal. Dal bhat, chapati and vegetable. That's all. God forbid, if still the cost of living goes up, then in the family there will be 1-course meal. That would be either dal bhat or chapati and vegetable. Instead of wearing shoes, they would be wearing chappal. Instead of wearing new clothes, they would be wearing old clothes. Instead of buying the clothes from the showroom and the market, they will buy the clothes from the junkyard. Old clothes. Pre-owned old clothes. Coming from America and here and there and sold in the city of Junagadh in Chitakana Chowk, right behind the Chitakana Masjid called Gabha Gali. People are buying it from there every day in and day out. I have first-hand knowledge about it. When I was college, I was selling those clothes. And even today, the whole market is possessed by Marfani guys. All my cousins and their children and their children's children. Whole market is possessed by them and they are all multi-millionaires selling the gavas to poor people of India, poor, destitute people of India who cannot afford that thing. who are worried and who are worried sick about it, who are suffering but cannot say anything because they don't have language to say. They cannot write in the newspaper, they cannot speak on the video, they cannot go anywhere and express their grievances because they are illiterate. Illiterate is a disease. Illiteracy is the disease. An illiterate person is diseased person. Point number 4. Cost of living precipitates poverty or penury precipitously. It is the cost of living. It is the cost of living that actually creates poverty and penury. Cost of living actually makes you poor because you spend more on your food, on your clothes, on your education, and you don't have anything left. So you are poor because just one thing, government doesn't give a damn about the cost of living. India is. In India, average, one person needs 4,000 rupees to survive. 4,000 rupees to survive. I've lived in America. Over there you need no more than 300 rupees to survive, including food, light bills, insurance, petrol and electricity. Rent, apartment rent I was paying was something like 120 rupees. Then food, that was something like 100 rupees, $100 a month. So you see that in USA, even today, you make 1,600 to 2,000 working at the minimum wage. Bare minimum wage you are working, and still you can make from 1,600 to 2,000, and you cannot spend more than 500 today. Your saving is 1,500. That is how standard of living goes up. So cost of living is mitigated, standard of living is elevated. If cost of living is elevated, standard of living is mitigated. That is the definition. That's all we have today. Thank you very much. God bless everyone on this planet. Amen. On this auspicious day. God bless everyone on this planet and save everyone, spare everyone from all kinds of catastrophes and all kinds of calamity and catastrophe. Bye.